This is Batman. Security level Omega. Password Delta Charlie 27-5-1939. Enable new protocol. Title Agamemno Contingency. Should any of the core members of the League turn rogue, we need to have plans in place to handle each and every one of us should we become a threat. The members of the League are my teammates, but we need to be prepared for the worst. Always. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Last Son. If Superman ever becomes a threat to the planet, the following protocols will need to be enacted to ensure our survival. The sample of green kryptonite in Vault 7B, provided by Superman himself, will incapacitate him with brief exposure, and prolonged exposure would, in all probability, be fatal. Portions of this kryptonite under exposure to radiation created a variation of kryptonite that is red in color. Side effects of this type of kryptonite are unknown. Further testing is required. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Red Sands. Jean Johns, the manhunter from Mars, is the heart and soul of the Justice League. However, his strength and speed make him a formidable opponent should he ever turn against us. His vulnerability to fire would be hard to exploit in a defensive position. However, research suggests that a nanite virus spiked with magnesium would cause his skin to combust in contact with the air, neutralizing him as a threat. Must investigate further. Agamemno Contingency, file codename 2814. The ring of a Green Lantern is the most powerful weapon in the universe, limited only by the imagination of the bearer. The ring cannot be separated from the wielder except in the event of their death, and the ring's natural defenses prevent direct attack. But in order to use the ring, the core member needs to be able to see what they are doing. While an attack on the eyes would be ill-advised due to the defenses of the ring, see Table 38B for full offensive lists and their attendant probabilities of success. Research indicates that a post-hypnotic suggestion could be planted into the Green Lantern's psyche, causing them to believe themselves blind. The ring would then make them blind, enforced by their own willpower. Must test out this theory on Guy Gardner. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Olympus. Diana is a good friend, which is just one reason it would be difficult to face her in combat should she turn against the League. It's not a thought I relish. But if it must be done, the following strategy could be useful. If she could be convinced that she is fighting an equal, she could then theoretically be trapped in an unending cycle of combat against a phantom opponent. Must investigate feasibility of neural virtual reality technology. Agamemno Contingency, file codename Polymer. Plastic Man, a unique opponent. Every molecule of his body is under his command, and he can make himself into anything he imagines. We're lucky that he's on our side, and that he's more concerned with being comic relief than anything else. But should he turn, freezing him with liquid nitrogen or some other agent is the best emergency response I've been able to identify. After that, it's just a question of storage. Agamemno Contingency, Notes section. Basic counters to other JLA members require further research. Flash, paralysis. Green Arrow, immobilize one of his arms. Zatanna, trachea trauma. A well-timed blow would easily do the trick. Red Tornado, EMP. Firestorm, Phantom Zone. Lack of raw materials should nullify his powers. Aquaman, hydrophobia. Investigate modification of Scarecrow's fear toxin. Black Canary. Tear gas, if administered quickly enough, should cut off her ability to speak and scream. Alternatively, I have recordings of her scream, which, if played back at equal intensity, can cancel out the sound waves. If these contingency plans are discovered in the wake of my being incapacitated, please understand, this had to be done for each of us. Which brings us to Agamemno Contingency, codename Detective. While Batman is a master strategist and combatant, he is only human. the best way to disable his strategic abilities would be to distract him. His parents are an excellent blind spot, as is his endless crusade to protect the innocent. Taking hostages is a good distraction, particularly if they're friends or family.
Think carefully before you do this.